So I can change this, make the capital on rain, or actually, even better, let's make it showers, rain showers, and watch, I can change the data here. So let me change that to 30. So watch the bar go down. Well, you'll see it, oops, change that to 30. Oh, that's okay. So I can preview it here. So you see there were some changes. Let me put this back to 10. Okay, so you see the data is always this. This is why you want to keep the data thing. I mean, everything, you can create any kind of graphic you want here, but don't ungroup it. Okay, so that's how you make it pretty. Okay, so that's done. Now let me show you how to make a graphic design. A graph design, I should say. And that's what that should say. Okay, so first, since I already have a nice little graph here, I'm going to hold down the Option key and pull this over. All right, so I'm going to use this as my second graph to manipulate. And what I want to do is select this cat, and it's a vector. And I'm going to go to the Object, Graph, Design, and there are no shortcuts for anything on the graph, so we have to keep going here. So New Design, and then I see a preview of my little kitty cat. And I'm going to name it Cat, very original, and I'm going to select OK. So now I'm going to select the dog, go to Object, Graph, Design, New Design, rename it, and let's name that Shaggy Dog. Okay. Now, deselect. So once again, I'm going to go to my Direct Selection tool, hold down the Option key once, twice. Everything connected with that is selected. And I'm going to go up to Object, Graph, Column, and select. This is dog. Select dog, and I'm going to leave it at vertically scale. I'm not going to rotate the legend. So let's just see what happens. Okay, when it's vertically scaled, it does not look good at all. So that's not what I want to do. Okay, so let's hold down Option, hold on the right key, Option once, twice. So let me go to Option, Graph, Column. Okay, hold down the Shaggy Dog this time. So this time I'm going to choose Repeating. Delete, rotate this, and each design is going to represent 5 units of measurements. And I'm not going to scale the design. I want it to chop the design. So if it's less than 5, it'll chop it. I think that looks better, but it's to your preference. And there you have a nice graphic design on the bar. Okay, now let's do the same thing for the cat. Hold the Option key, click once, twice, everything's connected. Go to Option, Graph, Column, pick the cat, pick Repeating, no rotate, and 5 units. Let's chop the design, and there. So there you have your vertical scale for your cats and dogs. Not vertical scale. Here you have a column graph for cats and dogs. Okay, so looks okay. Maybe a little much, but this is just to show you, what's possible here. Okay, so that is how you put a graphic design on your chart. Okay, so let me show you how to create some graphic bars now. So let's select these that I previously created here. Go to Object, Graph, Design, and New Design, and rename it. And let's call it Dog Bar. Okay, okay. Let's select our cat here. Object, graph. I mean, after a while, you really do wish there were some shortcuts here. Design, new design, rename. But it seems like they haven't put a lot of effort into their columns data charts. So let's just name this cat bar. And okay, we're done. All right, so now, again, get my direct selection tool. Hold on, Option click, and I'm going to click on the bars this time. Click once, click twice, and let's choose art for this column. Okay, so I'm going to choose the dog bar. And I'm going to leave it vertically scaled, take off rotate legend. And so you can see when it's vertically scaled, it stretches and squishes. And that's not quite the look that I want. So I want to change this. And let me show you what we can do. So much like we did with the 9 slice earlier, if you are following along, I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm choosing my line segment tool. Any straight line will do. You just need to get a straight line here. And I'm going to put that right down there. And I'm going to cut this. Okay, now I'm going to group these. Command G. And you can go up here to group also. Well, all right, now direct selection tool again. And I'm going to go to View, Guides, Make Guides. So again, View, Guides, Make Guides. All right, so now I'm going to make a new design. Object, Graph, Design, New Design, Rename. Make sure the correct item is shown in your preview here. Rename. And this time we're going to call it sliding dog. And select that. Object, graph, design, new design, rename, and let's call this sliding cat. Now, why am I calling it sliding cat and dog? You're about to find out. Okay, so again, the direct selection tool, hold down Object key, click once, twice, 3 times. And now you got all those bars selected. So now we're going to go to Object, Graph, Column. And now this time I'm going to choose my sliding dog. And now I'm going to go to the sliding option. And now watch what happens. Now I got perfectly proportioned dog bar. And you see this little marker, these guides here line up and help to achieve this effect. Now, let's do the same thing with our cats. And also, since these are just guides, I can hide those guides. You know, they don't need to appear, and you don't want to show them to clients with guides on them. Okay, but we're going to keep it to now, for now. Okay, so again, option once, twice, all my columns are selected. Option, graph, column, and let's choose our sliding cat. And let's just see what happens when I keep this at vertically scaled. So you see, it still gets distorted. The lines by themselves don't do anything. So you need to use it in conjunction with choosing that sliding option. So let's do that. So once, twice, 3 times. All my objects are selected. Graph, column. And now let's choose sliding for sliding cat. And now that should work out fine. Okay, so you see everything's straight across. Everything looks all well proportioned, and that's exactly the way I want it to look. So here I can change this to match the color of my cats. So here, and direct selection tool, and let's match the color of the dog. That's not quite it. Okay, there. All right, so this is how you create graphic bars. Take that off, and that is it for today. There'll be some homework with this lesson, so do that and go out and create some graphic bars, some column graphs, some data variables, and have some fun with it. So thank you for coming by today, and remember, go out and just create.